It's, are you wearing a necklace?
That's his.
No, it's my headphones.
Oh, sorry. I thought maybe you had puka shells on.
Yeah, dude, I'm going roller skating this morning. I'm going to get my freak on.
It's Reno Collier. Hello, Reno. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. I got the storm that came through. I got a roof leaking in the dining room and it's stopped now, but there's been water dripping into a bucket. And my daughter is at UNC Asheville, which was completely wiped out by the flood, and trying to get her home. And, you'll be able to tell in my Country Fried Take the part that I wrote before the storm and the part that I wrote after the storm.
Oh,
okay.
Interesting.
They kind of, there's a definite little switch in the old attitude and the feelings that are interior. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Asheville just got destroyed.
Oh, man.
It's so sad, man. It's unbelievable.
And then, the stuff that everyone else is dealing with fairly minor, but a lot of power still out all over the country. So it's rough. So, well, I'm sorry to hear. Now, is your daughter safe and on her way back?
Yeah, not here. They can't get to here, but headed to Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that's okay. Now, now you have prepared something. Now, do you want us to ring a little bell when we see the change of attitude, or is it?
You'll feel it.
Okay.
It'll be in there. You'll see.
Okay. Well, now with us in the studio is comedian Greg Hahn.
Hey, Reno, nice to see you, man. You look great as usual. Madman on the loose, all mature.
Yeah. You got your weight belt on.
Ruining the business with your podcast and your writing. It used to be a goof-off job. You know what I mean? We would just show up at night, doing comedy at night. Now it's podcast, talking to our phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Full-time job. Used to be a non-job, like concierge.
Non-job.
You don't even plug in your phone, or like conductor of an orchestra. They don't need you.
You're so right, dude.
You made it a real job, full-time. Go ahead, do your thing.
Well,
no. Dude, I want to put you, if I could take you and put you in an alarm clock and wake up to you every morning, it would be the greatest thing in the world. Hey, what are you doing? Come on, let's go. Come on, I'm fired up.
That may be a really good idea.
Yeah, there you go.
The Greg Hahn alarm clock.
Great.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Well, Reno, go ahead, and I won't say anything when the tone shifts.
Okay. So there are almost 8.2 billion people on Earth. Think about that, billion. Each one of us are merely a speck on this Earth. And then include the universe, the Milky Way. I mean, think about it. We're just a speck on a rock floating through space. But yet sometimes in our mind, we think there are people that are more important than others. I do think we have a spirit within us, and every person is different. Unlike sand, each one of the over 8 billion of us has DNA that's unique to that individual. So we do have individual qualities, but in the scheme of things, none of our accomplishments are as great as we think they are, and our problems aren't either. There's no end-all, be-all with any of us. It feels like we stress that power and accomplishments are the only way to have a life well lived, when in the end, we don't know what we leave behind. I feel like we need to stick to concentrating on our own little strengths and help each other while using them in our own little way. We should be honest about what we know and don't know, because in reality, we're just a speck. Now, this is after I sat back down to continue writing after 3 days of water dripping out of the ceiling. Drip, drip, drip. For instance, would you go to the diesel truck mechanic to get your wisdom teeth pulled out? Why not? He has tools. You want to know why? Because it's stupid. They're the wrong tools. His wrenches wouldn't fit in your mouth. You'd be rinsing with Pabst Blue Ribbon. You'd be face down on a hydraulic lift over the oil change pit. They'd send the bill to the car insurance. It's ridiculous. It's not what he does. It's not his strength. Well, that's the same way I feel when I hear celebrities tell us how to vote. For God's sakes, you're just an actor. Your entire livelihood is based on lying and faking people out. Your entire life is spent pretending to be someone you're not. You know who else I've seen do that? A guy checking into the Hilton in Atlanta dressed up as a cat, asking for a litter box to drop a deuce into in the lobby. At least he's fully committed to the role. He doesn't need cameras or money. He just needs a saucer of milk, some sand, and a ball of yarn. Although I know the answer, you know what I didn't do? Say, hey, kitty, 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 who are you voting for? Now, I was really pissed off at this point. Now, I understand people in Hollywood feel guilty for the $25,000 a day per diems and the $20 million contracts, all while not being as committed as the cat guy in the Hilton. And they should. But don't gaslight the rest of us. You want to see real acting? Come watch my family videos of the holidays. Real people surrounded by real loved ones acting like my 70-year-old uncle in a pink and yellow sweater with bleach blonde hair is straight. So Hollywood, right now my ceiling's giving in. I've got a kid with no water, electricity, or ways to communicate stuck in a flood in Asheville. And since I don't have an ego big enough or an assistant to shove in the hole in the ceiling of my roof to stop the rain or a helicopter to rescue my kid, know this, you don't relate to me. We aren't the same spec. So take your morally bankrupt group of friends, your fake relationship, and your thousands of bottles of baby oil and use them to shove your opinions right. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't and the courage to change the things I can. I'm Reno Collier, and that's my country fried take.
Thank you very much, Reno.
Coming off the rails over here, kids.
So you can't even communicate. There's no cell phone service, right? In Asheville?
She's getting it now. They're out. They're on their. When I wrote this, they weren't. Now they are on their way to Charlotte. There's like 5 of them in a car, and there was one way out. So they're headed to a friend's house because they couldn't get this way. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get her home, and we don't even know if her car is still there.
Wow.
Like they took them directly out of the dorm rooms, right down to a parking lot that had cars there, and if a friend had one, they hopped in them and booked. So we don't know.
Okay, well,
it's
best of luck with it all.
Thank you.
But I'm glad everybody is okay. And are you on the road this week?
I am. Yes, sir. The 4th, I'm in Greensboro, Georgia at the Oconee Brewing Company. Then I'm in the Funny Bone in St. Louis, and then the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga, Tennessee coming up. I got to make some money. Might need to buy a new car.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't worry. You'll still have to pay tuition.
They won't stop that.
Yeah,
They'll throw them online and double the tuition.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that. Okay, thanks, Reno.
See you, Thanks, guys. Have a good week, everybody. If you know any